Good morning. Thank you for joining us today for our recruiter recap. With me today is my partner, Mike.
Good morning,
Mike.
Good morning to you. And good morning to everyone out there. We're going to do things a little bit different this time from the last time that we did a kind of recruiting Facebook Live. We're going to dive into some things. That's why we kind of did the recap about the academy that we had, that we just graduated 24 from. We're going to have an interview with one of the graduates, Deputy Waddy. We'll talk about current positions, not just our sworn positions, but also the large amount of civilian positions that we have available as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about a new program that we're starting to push forward here at the Sheriff's Office and working on our wellness, specifically for the Sheriff's Office itself. When we talk in today, we definitely going to bring Shannon in, or Deputy Waddy here in shortly, and we'll get into an interview with him.
Good morning, Shannon. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
I guess I should call you Deputy Waddy.
Yes,
you
indeed.
are now
Thank you.
done with the academy, and
Right.
you are a certified peace officer with
Yes.
our office.
I am.
So congratulations
Thank you.
for completing the academy, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
So when you were looking at agencies to apply with, why did you choose Arapahoe County?
So based on my prior research, I noticed that Arapahoe County received the Triple Crown Award for professional accreditation with the law enforcement agency field. This was important because this is a very rare award. Out of 3,000 plus sheriff officers in the entire United States, only 49 agencies received that award. And so to receive this award 4 times spoke to the integrity of the sheriff's office. And so I wanted to be a part of, an office that deals with professionalism.
Well, thank you for doing your research.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. So what was your overall impression of the academy?
So my overall impression of the academy was a very positive one. From the beginning to the end, you developed a sense of professionalism, gain an understanding of what a support system actually is. I must say that the staff have done a great job, especially being the first academy. They have done a great job in getting us all to where we need to be, setting the standard for law enforcement officers here in Colorado and across the United States.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you had a great experience. So what advice would you give to somebody who's in your position, maybe applying for the deputy recruit position or going through the academy?
So my advice I would give, be open-minded, be willing to learn. Again, the professional staff, the command staff, we're all here to help. And so, just be open-minded, be willing to learn, and have a mindset that regardless of how hard, PT may get, having to study, at midnight, all that type of things, it's gonna become hard for you. But just have the mindset that never give up, and you'll succeed.
Very good. And you've succeeded.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything else that you would want to mention?
Again, what I would say is just be open-minded. If you have a will to help the people, we need you here. We need people, and we need great people. So just come along, fill out your application, and, we welcome you.
Very good. Well, thank you again. I know that you're in the middle of your training now
Yes.
that you've completed the academy. Now you're in transition type training to be assigned to our detention facility. And so I don't want to take any more time away from that. But I really appreciate you being here today, and thank you for coming in and talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Okay, good luck. So we have numerous positions like the one here that Deputy Waddy just completed. He applied for our Deputy Sheriff recruit position. We have that open at this time. Excuse me. And we are testing for that currently. If you are interested in becoming a Deputy Sheriff, just like Deputy Waddy here, please take a look at that on our website and apply. We'd be happy to have you. We will walk you through the process, the assessment process. If you're already post-certified as a peace officer, we would love to have you as well. We also have our deputy sheriff detention positions open, our deputy sheriff patrol, as well as a court service position. Patrol and detentions, you do not have to have any post-certified experience, just be post-certified. However, if you have experience, that will definitely affect your pay when you come in. You would come in at a higher pay for that. And for our court services position that we currently have open as well, we do ask that you have 2 years of post-certified experience, whether that be in detentions or on patrol. So please check it out. We have those posted currently on our website, and we will post that link for you. But take a look at it, check it out. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you through the process. See if we have any questions or comments.
One comment right now. Just congratulations to our deputy who just graduated. So that's very awesome indeed.
Thank you, Jessica, for that. We appreciate that. We're just as proud of Deputy Waddy as well. So thank you.
The other big thing that we wanted to talk about is our civilian positions. We have quite a few civilian positions posted right now. And these are not just positions for, wearing a badge, but if you're interested in law enforcement as a career, there are tons of opportunities that you can get your foot in the door. If you're 18 and you need that time before you're 21, there are some positions there like the detentions operations technician, the inmate services technician, detention crew leader, even 911 dispatcher. All of these positions, you just need to be 18 years or older, but it's an opportunity for you to get in, learn a little bit about the agency, about the job itself, not just on a sworn side, but seeing the agency as every little moving piece. Our sworn staff depends on our civilians. They really truly help us. They are the backbone, and they support us in many ways. If you have some more selective skills and you don't want to wear that badge and that's not kind of your interest, there are a few that are also in there as well. They take a little bit more qualifications, but things like the, excuse me, my voice is going in and out today. I apologize for that. Getting over some sickness. Warehouse specialist, a digital evidence technician that's actually working with our body-worn cameras, inputting that information there. We have a maintenance technician. So if you have maintenance in your history, work history, anything like that, we have a position specifically for that. And the other one that truly is a big help for us is our behavioral health co-responder clinician. Now this is as it says in the title, is a clinicianary position, but it works directly with the deputies on patrol. They're kind of the helping hand in the support for our deputies during scenarios where you have individuals dealing with mental health problems, going through crisis. Thank you. Sorry, But they are truly helping us out. They're able to come in, help us with the situation where we may not have the expansive training like they do, and are able to come in and deal with the situation and take it under control and help assist us take the situation over, get that person the help that they need going through crisis. So that is a current position open, but it is truly all of these civilian positions are a huge help. If you have family members, if you're looking for a niece, a nephew, a son or daughter who is passionate about being in law enforcement, isn't at that 21 age yet, these are those positions that can get them in, start teaching them about the agency as a whole, learning about the deputy position, the civilian position, and how they work together. These are truly some great avenues to really go through. Excuse me. We also have a voluntary position of victim advocate open as well. And that's an opportunity for you to come in and assist with the Victims Advocate program that we have, working with victims of crimes and truly making a difference for those individuals. The last little part that we wanted to talk about today, real quick before I dive into that, I wanted to check on some questions. I see some things popping up. We had
one question, what automatically disqualifies a person? So depending on the position that you're applying for, there are some automatic disqualifiers. Felony convictions will disqualify you from this process. Other disqualifications could potentially be drug use. Marijuana is handled on a case-by-case basis, but other drug use, we do ask that you do not use other drugs for at least 5 years before applying here. What other types of disqualifications can you think of that would
The big
automatically
things,
disqualify
especially
you?
with the deputy positions, and you're coming in as a recruit, when you go into that application, it's going to ask you some questions. You must be able to legally possess a handgun within the United States. That is a big one. And then there's a link in the actual question that'll take you to the post standards as well. You have to follow those post standards, look those over, make sure that you qualify for those standards if you're looking at that recruit position. That is a big one that we want to make sure that everyone's looking over. Other than that, I mean, each position will have, if you go onto our website and you're looking at these positions, each one will have a specific on qualifications, minimum qualifications, preferred qualifications, but also any disqualifications that are in there as well. I hope that answered your question. If you need further, by all means, our information will be at the beginning and the end of this, but you can contact myself or Dana or Michelle Bird if you can pull this back. She's our civilian recruiter, and her information is actually on there as well. So diving back in, we kind of are starting something new here at the Sheriff's Office. Not new, but developing kind of a program specific towards the Sheriff's Office, and that's the wellness program. Our very own Deputy Wilson is working on a program that's not just working on getting the information out for people to use, but actually bringing people to the Sheriff's Office, not just at detentions or patrol, but across the agency, and not just for sworn people, individuals, but for everyone here. And we're talking about mental health aspects. He's bringing in contracting with some physical therapists, actually bringing those physical therapists in. I think we had a stretch therapist come in over at detentions, and they were able to get in there while they're on duty. A hard part for some people is working different shift work, is being able to get to the doctor when you're tired and you're run down and you've been coming off a shift. We've all done that, and you're just trying to get to a doctor and it's hard to get in there. So it is a hard thing to do, but Deputy Wilson is trying to make that a little bit easier for everyone here at the agency, bringing those therapists in directly to the people. We're also doing things like he's taking over the peer support program, and not just as if you're going through a crisis and you want to come and talk to him, but also being an open door, having that ability to come and talk with him anonymously about something that might be going on, something that you see, an improvement that you'd like to see. And his job is to take that and go to the command staff and really work with them. So it is a bigger thing that we're trying to work for. I know we have our wellness program with the county, but Deputy Wilson's goal is to really focus in on those individuals who may not have the time working, swing shift or graves to be able to go and do those, and they're tired on their days off, but really focus and be able to bring those things to them here at the Sheriff's Office. He's also done things like bring in meal prep. You can actually purchase meal prep through a company. They bring all the meal prep here, and it's available for them to actually meal prep without having to meal prep, and everything's available for them here at the jail and over at headquarters and over at the detentions facility. Excuse me, running dry.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of great things. So we appreciate Deputy Wilson's tenacity in getting things accomplished and really trying to help our officers here physically, mentally, and I think just overall diet-wise.
So really we'll check one more time, just kind of look at some of the comments. This is our opportunity for anyone that has questions about anything we talked about today. The Academy, we currently have another Academy going on, Class 2 right now.
Yeah, we have 40 in attendance.
40 in
now.
attendance
Yeah,
right now.
Very excited about that.
We are working with other agencies. Last Academy, we graduated 24, with 2 being from Denver and Summit County. Great overturn, and I think the biggest focus for the Academy is really making sure that, like Deputy Waddy said, maintaining that level of training to ensure that we're putting out the best deputies for these positions and making sure they go out and make a positive impact in our community.
Yes.
Let's see, we got another questions.
For recruit positions, do you have to be a certain weight when you apply? No, there's no weight requirements. The only age requirement would be that you're 21 by the time you graduate. We have people of all different sizes as long as you can pass our physical agility assessment and you're doctor approves you to be in this position, come on in. We'd be happy to have you. Everybody's different, and everybody has different abilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do have a physical agility test that is part of the testing process. And if you actually go onto our website, there is a video of that full VPAT is what we call it here. And you can look at that. It actually gives you instructions on ways you can improve training that you can do. Some of the obstacles is a 6-foot wall. You carry a 150-pound dummy. Some serpentine stuff. I think you run about 100 meters.
Yeah. that's
Total
about that.
is about that. But that is a requirement that you do, that is part of the testing process. So as long as you can pass that, we do have testing coming up here. We actually opened it up again for the recruit position until the 8th of February. We have testing this Saturday. If you're interested and you put your application in, I'll send you an invite for that position specifically. And then we also have 2 more testing days on the 9th and the 14th of February. So if you are available and you put your application in, make sure you get that application in so we can push you through and get you an invite to those. We did have one more question here. Do you have to be post-certified, or will you sponsor us through training? So as we said,
Yes, for the deputy recruit position, you do not need any formal training. You do not need to be post-certified. We will sponsor you through our in-house academy here at the Sheriff's Office. The academy that Deputy Waddy spoke about, he was sponsored through. We pay you while you attend the training. We pay for the training itself, and you can be certified that way. Or if you are already post-certified, we would encourage you to look at those deputy sheriff detentions or patrol or court services positions, as those do require post-certification when you come in.
perfect. What we do, we actually, Deputy Wilson was able to join us here. I'm going to have him step in, and we'll chat with him for a minute about kind of his point of view on what he's doing with the wellness program. All right, Deputy Wilson, so thank you for joining with us today. I kind of touched base on it a little bit about what your overall goal is. Then we talked a little bit about what you're kind of planning on doing, the progress that you've made. I talked about the physicians and the physical therapists that are bringing in, but can you just elaborate on what your goal is overall for the wellness program itself?
Yeah, so overall we want to just build a program that will help our employees in all aspects of their life. Wellness, mental health, physical health, just providing resources and the ability for people to strive and succeed at home and at work. Make them have a better life overall.
Okay. Now, I talked about, I know I kind of hit on some of them, but I know you've brought in, we did a stretch day. We had someone come in and work on actual stretching. What does that kind of entail with the people you're bringing in?
So we have a variety of physical therapists, stretch lab, a bunch of people we partnered with to come in and just provide workshops or different opportunities to help with injuries, anything that you have going on that hinders your day-to-day life, regardless if it's work, home.
Okay. Anything further with new things that you're trying to bring in? I know we've talked about, we have somebody who's can build workout plans, stuff like that. Is that something, another thing that you guys are working towards kind of?
Yeah, we have a couple people who can provide nutrition plans, workout plans, stretching plans,
Right.
pretty much everything that goes in. There's always somebody available for those kind of things right now.
The last big thing, we touched on the physical aspect, the mental health stuff that you're doing as well. I know that you've kind of taken a lead on our peer support program, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we were looking at a bunch of different workshops, how to bring people in to, kind of break the stigma of mental health in first responders and society, really just get people help before they're too far gone
Absolutely.
to come back. So we have 4 different psychiatrists we work with who we're contracted with that our employees can go to at any time, no cost. So
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you got to tell your part about it. I tried to hit as much as I could, but there's definitely more that you're doing, so we appreciate all the hard work you're doing.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So I just wanted to check a couple more of these questions, see if we have anything else coming up. I think we hit everything that we had so far.
Looks like we have one question about applicants wanting to know how long the process takes. Our processes can feel a little bit lengthy, but that's because we are looking for the right candidates, and there are quite a few steps. I don't tell you that to deter you. It's just that this really is a great agency to work for, and it is a process. So please be patient with us. We try to do our best as recruiters to keep you informed on each step and what the next step looks like. And of course, if you have any questions at any time, Michelle, Mike, or I are always happy to help you through that process. But it is a process, so it can take some time, even up to 2, 3, 4 months even.
Yeah, looking at timeline, we opened the recruit position up for July in October, I believe it was, to just get that ball rolling. So between testing, psychological evaluations, polygraphs, and then a background investigation, sometimes it can be like, feel very hurry up, go fast, and then you're waiting for a little while, and we're doing that background investigation. So it is lengthy, but like Dana said, it's to find those candidates who we're trying to find the people to ensure that we are giving that support to the citizens of the Arapahoe County, City Centennial, and making sure that we have the right people for that. Got another one just popped up. What are some things that can make you stand out as an applicant besides having a college degree? I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you're open about everything. Honesty, integrity, as Deputy Waddy talked about when he was kind of chatting about the academy itself. We're looking for that integrity, that professionalism. So that's one big thing that can really show you out when you sit down for an oral board. Be prepared to talk about situations that you might be put in as a deputy. Think less about just your day-to-day, how you've been living, your day-to-day life, but think about what you think might be possible for a deputy to encounter, and when you're looking at that, answer those questions. Other than that, it's really what you can kind of bring to the table and present yourself during that oral board.
And even
that you say.
Yeah, even for our non-deputy positions, I think too, just showing that willingness that you want to be here, kind of going back to the last question about the process and how long it takes.
Yeah.
Really, that can be dependent on you and how quickly you respond to our requests to get certain testing done. We do some of the testing outside with different providers. And so the faster that you can schedule those appointments and get those tests completed, the faster we get results. And I think it also shows us as recruiters that you are truly interested in the position and are really trying hard to get that. So not only being prepared for oral interviews, if that is a part of whichever process you're in, whether it be civilian or sworn positions, just making sure that you're ready to do this and that you're able to complete the things quickly and keep into contact with this. And granted, things come up all the time. We're all human beings. We all have lives outside of employment, and we understand that. But just make sure that you're communicating with your recruiter, whether it be us or Michelle. We understand things happen, life happens.
Absolutely.
And so just be honest about that, and just I think we all need to be respectful of everybody's time. So the more you can put into it up front, the better off you'll be.
Absolutely, and I think that's a huge thing. As a recruiter in contact with all of the applicants that are putting in, we're constantly trying to keep up on those. Every email we get, there are days where we walk into 80 to 100 emails of people letting us know what's going on, keeping track of where they're at in the process. Be patient with us as well, because just know that we got a lot of stuff going on. We will do the same with you, and that's our overall goal. Got one more here. More that came
Olga and Betty, thank you for
Thank
your
you
nice
your-
comments.
Yes, thank you very much.
We absolutely love it as well. So that's great. Thank you.
It truly is a great agency to work for. Dana, you've been here for quite some time. What was I know we talked about it in our first one, but just kind of wrapping up here, what are some highlights that you've had here at the agency?
Yeah, so going on almost 23 years here at the Sheriff's Office. Really, for me, it's kind of about the variety in being able to help the community in different ways. Started out in Deputy Waddy's position, being sponsored through the Academy. Went to detentions, learned a ton there in court services as well. We talked about the court services position. It's a great position to be in. From there, went to patrol. I was able to, help the citizens in that respect. Was an SRO, hostage negotiator. I've just been able to do such a variety of different things, investigations, help numerous victims with their cases and investigations, and now recruiting. So I think it's just the variety. As humans, we like to keep challenging ourselves, and this agency has really afforded that opportunity for me, and I've loved every minute of it. How about for you?
I think that's a huge thing. I think you're right with the variety itself. I started out as a civilian, so when we're talking about these civilian positions, when you're getting that foot in the door and your goal is to become a deputy, I started as a crew leader in the jail. Went from crew leader, did that for about a year, and went into the deputy position. At the time, we had a non-cert program. I started as a non-cert, did the non-cert for a couple years, got sponsored again, just like Dana did through the agency, went to a post-academy, and then went into courts from there, and now I'm up here in recruiting. But like she said, there's so much variety. There's special teams. There's things that you wouldn't, we have a wildland fire team that most people don't know about. Talk about variety. There's so many things out there for you to be able to do, and you're kind of endless opportunities when you're looking at your career as a whole. If you get bored doing one thing, you can find something new and exciting to go on from there. Excuse me. Sorry. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I feel like we hit most of the questions. We hit the big things we wanted to talk about. If you guys have any more questions, put them in the chat later on. We'll try to answer all of them that we can, and we will have our contact information on there for you. If you have any questions you want to reach out to us and through those, and we can get in contact and give you more information that's needed.
Yeah, I encourage you to check out our website, check out all the career opportunities that we have posted. There's a lot of them open right now, a lot of different positions. So please check out our website and email us if you have any questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us today.